Hello and welcome to the channel. The interview. In the part 1, the first part of the interview is an excerpt from Christopher Sylvester's introduction to the Penguin Book of Interviews. It explores the history, significance, and varying perspectives on interviews. Since their invention over 130 years ago, interviews have become a common feature in journalism. While some view interviews as an art form that uncovers truth, others, especially celebrities, see them as an intrusion into privacy. Several well known figures, including Lewis Carroll, Rudyard Kipling, and V.S. Naipaul, have expressed their dislike for interviews. Kipling even called it a crime. However, despite criticisms, interviews remain a powerful means of communication, shaping public perception and providing valuable insights into the personalities of well known figures. The second part presents an excerpt from an interview with Umberto Eco, conducted by Mukund Padmanabhan from The Hindu. Eco, a distinguished academic and novelist, discusses his varied literary interests, emphasizing that all his works, whether academic, fictional, or children's literature, revolve around similar philosophical and ethical themes. He shares his unique approach to time management, stating that he utilizes even small gaps of time or interstices for productive work. Eco also explains his informal and engaging writing style, which differs from the conventional impersonal academic tone. He reflects on his late start in fiction writing and the unexpected success of his novel, The Name of the Rose. Despite his fame as a novelist, he primarily identifies as a university professor who writes novels as a secondary pursuit. He dismisses the assumptions that readers only enjoy simple or entertaining books, arguing that intellectual works can also attract a large audience. Ultimately, he believes that the success of The Name of the Rose remains a mystery dependent on timing and unpredictable reader preferences. Now, in details. The first part, Introduction to the Interview by Christopher Sylvester. The first part of the text explains how interviews became an important part of journalism over the last 130 years. Almost everyone has read interviews, and many famous people have been interviewed multiple times. However, people's opinions about interviews vary. Some believe interviews are an art form and help reveal the truth about a person. Others think interviews invade their privacy. Many well known personalities dislike interviews. For example, Lewis Carroll, the author of the Alice in the Wonderland, avoided them because he didn't like too much attention. V.S. Naipaul believed interviews could harm a person by taking away a part of their personality. Rudyard Kipling, the famous writer of the Jungle Book, even called interviews a crime and compared them to an assault. However, ironically, Kipling himself had once interviewed the famous writer Mark Twain. Despite these criticisms, interviews remain a very powerful way to communicate. They help people learn about public figures and their thoughts. Journalist Dennis Bryan, pointed out that the interviews shape how we see famous people, making interviewers very influential. Part 2, Interview with Umberto Eco by Mukund Padmanabhan. The second part is an interview with Umberto Eco, an Italian writer and professor. He was well known for his work on semiotics, means the study of science, and medieval aesthetics. He became world famous after publishing his novel The Name of the Rose in 1980. The interviewer Mukund Padmanabhan begins by asking Eco how he manages to do so many things, writing novels, essays, children's books, and academic works. Eco replies that although it looks like he does many things, he actually focuses on the same set of philosophical ideas in all his works. He also shares a personal secret. He uses even small free moments or interstices to work. For example, if he is waiting for an elevator, he might use that time to write something. Mukund then asks Eco about his unique writing style. Unlike most academic writing, which is often serious and dry, Eco's works are lively and engaging. Eco explains that when he was young, a professor appreciated how he wrote his research as a story rather than just stating facts. This experience shaped his writing style, and he continued to write both essays and novels in a storytelling manner. Eco also talks about his unexpected journey into fiction writing. Unlike his friend Roland Barthes, who always wanted to write novels but never did, Eco started writing novels by accident. He began writing The Name of the Rose simply because he had free time one day. Despite writing more than 40 scholarly books, most people know him only as a novelist. He jokes that he is actually a professor who writes novels on Sundays as a side activity. When asked about the surprising success of The Name of the Rose, Eco says that the journalists and the publishers often underestimate readers. They assume people only like easy, entertaining books, but in reality, many readers enjoy challenging and intellectual books too. He also shares a story about how his American publisher did not expect the book to sell well in the US, but it became a huge success, selling millions of copies. However, Eco believes the book's success is still a mystery. He thinks if he had written it 10 years earlier or later, it might not have been as popular. According to him, the success of any book depends on timing and luck. In the conclusion, the first part of the interview discusses how interviews are both powerful and controversial. Some believe they reveal truth, while others see them as an invasion of privacy. The second part provides insights into Umberto Eco's life, work, and writing philosophy. He explains how he balances his academic and creative work, his storytelling approach, and the unexpected success of The Name of the Rose.